Hi. Hey, I just had a wonderful thing happen to me. After all these years, a member of our technical crew have made me an honorary member of the technical crew, and I feel highly honored by this. And so tonight, I not only get to introduce the panel the way I always do, I get to take their pictures while I'm doing it. I never tried this before, so if you want to tune another station, it'll take me a minute. First of all, here's that panel. There's Bill Cullen. Bill Cullen, and next to there's Betsy Palmer. Oh, no, back. And there's Henry Morgan. And there's Bess Marston. Now, wait a minute now. I can give you a shot that shows you the whole thing. There you see before... Isn't this done skillfully? There you see before your very eyes the panel of I've Got a Secret.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by... the new Polaroid automatic camera for finished pictures in 10 seconds. Now, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Gary Moore.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You have met the members of our charming and somewhat warm panel. It is a miserable night in New York City, but we hope we can make it happy for you. And here, by introducing, please, our first contestant. Hi there. How are you? Hi, John. Hello. How are you? All right, let's all get seated and get real close to each other. That's fine. Now, let's find out who these delightful creatures are. What is your name, honey?
Jane Hoberman.
Jane Hoberman of?
New York,
Fresh Meadows, isn't it?
Fresh Meadows, Long Island.
That's right. It's a good thing you remembered. You couldn't get home tonight if you didn't remember where you live, could you? And the young lady here on the other side?
Pamela Hutchings,
Pamela, where are you from?
New York.
From New York? Don't give away any secrets, all right? Strapping young fellow?
Frankie Corrado,
Frankie Corrado from?
New York City.
All right. Now, youngsters, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll show it at the same time to our audience at home. And here we go. There you go. Panel, to help you classify the secret, the clue concerns something that happened to these youngsters. And Bill Cullen, we'll start with you, please.
Something that happened. Was it a... Well, let me see. We got Jane, Pamela, and Frankie. Jane, was it something good?
Yes.
Pamela...
You'd have been in awful shape without it.
Pamela, was it a physical thing? Like, was it a physical thing, Pamela?
Yes.
And Frankie, did it affect all of you at exactly the same time? Did it happen to all of you at exactly?
No.
Now, when he says not the same time, he means not the exact precise moment.
Can I...
He's playing it very cagey.
Well, can I go along on the basis that it did happen to all of you at about the same time?
About the same time. Okay, Frankie? Okay. $20 down, $60 to go. We'll go, please, to Betsy.
Pamela, does it have to do with your age?
Yes.
Ooh, goody two-shoes.
Frankie, does it have to do with your age like about 6 years ago?
No.
7, 8 years ago?
No.
No? Did it have to do, Janie, when you were born?
Yes.
It did. Did it have to do that you were all born at the same time?
Yes.
Well, now, we say same time again, not the
same
exact...
day?
Same
I
day,
mean,
yes.
the same day?
Same day.
And...
All right. Hold it, Bill. Bill just got the idea. It's too late. We're going out of Henry Morgan having lost $40. Henry? I think you're the only one on the panel now who doesn't know.
I think I got it.
Oh, you have got it?
I think.
No, let's go back to Henry. We can't do that to him. Henry, what were you going to say?
If you're going to be nice to me, it must be our birthday, and they must have been born on it.
That's exactly what it was. They may look young to a lot of people, but they look awful old to me. I'll tell you that when I realized that they were born on the same day, actually June 19th, 1952. And this is I've Got a Secret tonight, is I've Got a Secret's 10th anniversary. And 10 years ago, when these children opened their mouths to let out their very first big yelp, I was opening my mouth for the first time to say good evening and welcome to I've Got a Secret. Little could I have imagined that I was going to get to say it 489 times, which I have up until now. And Pamela and Jane and Frankie are proof of what can happen in 10 years. I feel that their parents have somehow accomplished more than we have. How's it feel to be old, Frank?
Okay.
You don't mind being an old man? Well, that's the way to do. Smile at the years. I want to mention that we did intend to have one other birthday child with us. Betsy Palmer's husband gave us the name of Rosemary Turco of Mount Vernon, New York. And Rosemary was all set to come down and be part of our show, but the poor child, she got tonsillitis and she couldn't come. So, Rosemary, dear, happy birthday to you tomorrow. We're going to send you a present. The present will be sent to your house, and these youngsters will get their presents backstage. Thank you, and happy birthday to us all.
Or visit thingswebuy.com.
Well, it being our anniversary, it's always happy to welcome back old friends. Our next contestant is a former stagehand on our show, and he left us to become a professional magician. And I'm happy to report that he's doing just great, as you will see in a moment. Here is Lon Masterson. Welcome home. Now, Panel, Lon is going to demonstrate a new trick that he has perfected, and we're going to need a volunteer. Anybody who will volunteer whose name happens to be Henry Morgan. Henry, you have just volunteered. Will you come up here and volunteer, please? I recommend that you remove your jacket and your shoes. Yeah, leave them over there with the ladies and bring them over, and then take your shoes off, paddle over here. And with a little help, would you mount this ladder and get inside the capsule, please? This is your life, Scott Carpenter.
Happy birthday to me.
All right.
Didn't this program start like this?
Yeah, I used to do these bits, you know. Then I got too fat to get in the capsule. So, there you go. Now, just stand right where you are. Henry, you should be very flattered because Lon specifically requested that you help him with this trick, and don't worry about a thing because we're not going to keep you in suspense about what we're going to do to you. Lon will whisper his secret directly to Henry. At the same time, we'll show it to the folks at home. Lon's secret concerns something that's going to happen. We'll start the game with Bill Cullen, please.
Is this, Lon, this thing is going to happen, will it give most of the audience great pleasure?
I think so.
Will something physical happen to Henry?
Yes.
Will it give Henry great pleasure? Assuming Henry experienced great pleasure like anyone else.
I hope Henry will come out smiling.
Good. If you're not going in smiling, I'll tell you.
I think he'll come out smiling.
One question, it won't help get the answer, but I'm curious. Is it hot in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to make Henry disappear?
For a while.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Are you going to bring him back?
For a while.
You'll bring him back, yes.
Will Henry be in the same shape when he returns as he is now?
I hope so.
Everything works, yes. All right, we've lost 20. We have 60 to go. We go, please, to Betsy.
Henry, are you afraid?
I'm a little too
I mean,
stupid
really,
to be
though.
Huh?
For really, are you?
No, because I figure they wouldn't kill me on the air. They're cowards.
No. Is it something that is going to happen right inside of that capsule, Lon?
Part of it.
Part of it? Is it something that will happen to the lower half of Henry instead of the upper half?
No.
It'll happen to the whole Henry.
The whole Henry.
Will it happen while we're still on the show? Or are you going to take him away until next week?
Oh, no, this will all be done before your very eyes. $40 down and $40 to go, and best, because Henry is busy and can't be used as a questioner, your questions will be worth $40.
Fine. Lon, are you going to use any other apparatus besides what you have on the stage?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. And is this going to be lifted from the floor?
No.
I didn't imagine so, not with Henry in it. Is anyone else... No offense. Is anyone else going to participate besides the two of you?
Yes.
All right, we've lost the $80, and panel, because there is a feat of magic involved here, I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but first let's turn it around so you can see that it's the same all the way around, no matter how you turn it. And it's going to happen right out here on the stage. Now, Henry, I cannot watch...
That's a nice breeze.
I can't bear to watch a grown man suffer. Would you sit down and make yourself comfortable? Get way down inside the thing there. Bye, Henry. That's the boy. There you go. All right. Oh, that looks so comfy. Now, friends, it's traditional on anniversary shows for the host to thank all the people who have made the show possible. I would like to take a few minutes now to let you meet some of the members of our staff and our backstage crew. In the interest of time and Henry's good nature, please hold your applause until we've introduced them all. First, there's Roger Peterson, our associate producer. Hello, Roger. There you go.
Happy anniversary, Henry.
And following Roger is Rosalie Brown, our wardrobe mistress, affectionately known as Ducky. And Ducky, you look very pretty tonight. Oh, that looks so cool. He's going to be so happy in there. And after Ducky comes Pat McCormick of our production staff. There you go. Don't worry, we'll ring him out after this whole thing is over.
Swallow hard, Henry.
And after Pat comes Ray Bowden, our studio guard. Ray, thank you very much. And there he goes. Just tread water, Henry. Tread water. Help is on the way. And he is followed by Judy Crichton of our production staff. And, of course, oh, boy, look at that. Every theater must have its theater manager. We have Guy Alexander, and we're happy. Hi, Guy.
Hiya, Gary.
And now next is Irma Reichert of our production staff. Hi, Irma. And a gentleman with whom I've been associated for a number of years, I'm happy to say, our teleprompter operator, Mr. Bob Anderson. There you go, Robert. There you go. And Diane Hoffacker of our production staff. Hi, Diane. And finally, we have June Gossett of our makeup department. Hi, June. I still look cute. Had her hair done. All right, June Bug, thank you very much.
What happens next? Well, Gary, we're going to see if we can make Henry come out smiling.
See if you can make him come out smiling. All right. There you go.
A few magical passes, and Henry, come out smiling.
Oh, smiling. And try. Smiling and try. Such a perspiration. Look at the ladder. There you are.
Oh, boy.
Henry, wasn't it terribly crowded in there?
No, I didn't think so.
Didn't? Did you think so? He did come out smiling, and for good reason. And Henry, I do want to thank you again.
That's all right. I want to thank you, too. Would you come in a bit? Thank you very much. It wasn't crowded in there, was it?
Well, one final thank you to you, Henry, very much.
And thank you very much. That's very
Henry, you look warm and somewhat soiled.
I was just a little nervous of meeting new people.
You know, usually I get to do those bits, but because of my sore hand, I wasn't able to make it into the barrel. Should I take a second to talk about that, just so we won't have so much mail? You people have been very kind. You've noticed that I have shaking hands with my left hand. One columnist wrote he thought I was going to Hollywood because I was shaking left-handed with everybody. It's simply that I had an operation on my hand some 3 months ago, and it takes a long while for it to clear up, and the one thing that I cannot afford to do is shake hands because I can't control how hard the other person's going to squeeze it. But it doesn't hurt, and don't worry about it, and thank you for your concern. All right. Now, we will meet some other members of our crew in what I promise will be a most fascinating way, I think. But first, let's watch this.
Man, I need to vacuum.
Oh, I wish you could be with me right here. This is the coolest spot in New York City. This is our control room. And the gentlemen you see surrounding me are some of the technicians who are responsible for getting our show out of our studio and into your homes, onto your screen each week. The man in charge here is our director, Franklin Heller. Frank, will you turn around and smile at the people? There you go. Now, Frank watches everything that goes on the stage through the eyes of 3 cameras, which he places, and which he directs. And depending upon what's happening on stage, Frank decides which picture to send out over the air. So, Frank, will you show us what our 3 cameras are looking at now?
Take 2, Vern.
Now, there's our regular 4-shot of the panel. And that is my empty desk where I would be if I were not here in the control room.
All right,
And
take 1.
take 1, and that is our youthful producer, Mr. Chester Feldman.
Gary,
Yes, Frank.
look, here's our telephone.
Yeah?
Talk to Chester.
Oh, talk to Chester? Hello, Chester.
Take 1.
Happy 10th anniversary.
Pick up the phone, Chester.
Pick up the phone, Chester, because we got you hooked in. Happy 10th anniversary.
Thank you, and the same to you.
Chester?
Yes?
You know, there are lots of times when inadvertently the show runs short, you know, and you always yell up to me and you say, hey, Gary, fill a minute. Chester, we're running short. Will you fill a minute, please? Goodbye.
Chester, you're on. Talk.
Take 2.
Come on, fill it. All right, Chester, thanks very much for everything, my friend. Now, where are we? Now we're cut back to the control room. We'll meet some of the other gentlemen in here. This is our associate director, Al Mipolo, and his job, as his title implies, is to help Frank Heller, and he also directs our live commercials. You want to turn around there? There you go. There's Al. The man seated to the left of Frank Heller is our technical director, Vernon Gamble. Now, when our director says, take 1, that means that he wants the audience at home to see what camera 1 is looking at, and then Vernon Gamble is the man who actually pushes the button to get that picture on the air. He also handles many special effects like, well, let's try a dissolve, shall we? That is a dissolve. Now we will do a wipe. You wipe back in there. There you go. There are millions of things he can do with that complicated board. Now, the next gentleman is Ralph Holmes, our lighting director on this show. Will you turn around there? There you go. Now, by the way, there are some 300 lights, all strategically positioned around the stage by Ralph to make the panel and me look passable. And in the case of the gentleman, it takes 300 lights, too. Now, the gentleman to my left is Jay Fairman, our audio engineer, and he is in charge of placing all the mics around the stage. You want to turn over there and Jay, let him see you? He sees to it that you hear everything that's going on. And if you think that's easy, he is currently sitting in front of a console watching and adjusting 24 different dials. Now, there's one other person that I must not overlook, and that is our video engineer, Jim Angeromi, and he is in a little room below the control room. Now, Jim maintains the qualities of the pictures that you receive at home. And he's a terribly important man because without him, the picture might look, well, like this. There are all sorts of horrible things that could happen if he didn't know exactly what he's doing. Now, Frank, can you get one of the cameras backstage so we can get pictures of some of our stage hands in their natural habitat?
Right, Gary, we're almost ready. Cass, you ready? Take 2, please, Vern. All right, Cass, pan over to the spin rail, please. There we are.
Now, that's Dick Gorda, our head carpenter, and John Alex standing at the pin rail. And they are in charge of all the scenery on the show. Now, those ropes that you see raise and lower all the curtains on stage and other pieces of suspended scenery.
Cass.
Now, Frank, will you give us the shot of the switchboard? There we go. And there is Johnny Brennan, our chief electrician, and Jay Brennan, and they are at the switchboard that controls all of the lights in our studio.
Now the piano, Cass.
Now let's get a shot of our property man. There we go. There is Joe Mullen, our head property man. Joe, you wave at the camera, please. There's Joe. He's in the white shirt, and next to him is Bernie Rodkin. And they take care of all of the movable props on the show, like this piano, and the drums, which they're about to move into position. The gentleman wearing the earphones is Don Darcy, our stage manager, whose job it is to see that things run as smoothly as possible backstage. And here you see him at that job. And several times these changes during our show must be made in matters of split seconds. And so it really takes a high degree of skill. Now, before I go back on stage, I would like you to meet the 3 men behind the cameras who have been taking all of these pictures tonight. They are Hans Singer, Cass Gaylord, and Stan Gould. Frank, can I see the gentleman?
Take 1.
Ready 3.
Take 3.
Ready 2.
Take 2.
And there they are. Well, Frank and gentlemen, thank you for... I hate to leave. It's so cool in here. It's miserable out there. Forget the rest of the show. Let's
One outside the door.
No, I've got to leave you because I want you to meet 2 other gentlemen who are associated with our show. Now, this this is Leon Mumford, who is the porter here at Studio 52. Leon, will you follow up on the stage with me, please? You know, there are 5 other television shows that originate from this particular studio. If you want to know what all the technicians and stagehands do in between shows and during rehearsal breaks, I'll tell you. They go off to a corner and they listen to Leon Mumford play the piano. And many times, the other gentleman in our shot here, Mike Fitzgerald, comes over and joins him. He's obviously of our electrical department. He plays a very mean harmonica. We have a ball sitting around listening to Leon and Fitz playing together. So, fellas, let's go on over. And they have been kind enough to invite me to join them on drums. Isn't that interesting? Give me my hand. All right, now make like Lawrence Welk now. And I'll give you the tempo. Oops. Fellas, it just broke the bass drum pedal. Last two. Can somebody come fix it? Because I can't go boom if I don't. Oh, I got it. All right. So, here we go. And it's let's go like the 1 and the 2 and the 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, don't leave your places because we'll be back with you very, very shortly. As I said earlier in the show, to those 3 youngsters out here, 10 years is a lifetime. It doesn't seem to me like 10 years since I've Got a Secret first started. I think we're going to check out and see who we are in the order of seniority as far as being panel members. Bill, weren't you first on the show?
I wasn't on the original. I was on the 3rd week.
The third week, and you've been on ever since.
Yeah.
Then, Henry, I think you came on next, right?
Yeah, I guess about the 3rd month, something like that.
Yeah. And then it would be Betsy.
Well, I think, yes, and off and on I was on for about 7 years, and I think 4 years regularly.
4 years as a regular, and Bess, you were on many times off and on, but you started as a regular.
I'm the youngest.
About what?
I'm the youngest.
Yes.
You're the youngest, younger than springtime. That's exactly it.
Just about 3 years, I think.
It's 3 years.
But she's learning, guys.
But it's been marvelous, and I would like to take the extra minute that we have to do something that I do before every show. Nothing would have been possible, of course, without our audience. We usually have a little question and answer period. Has anybody got any questions about anything you've seen tonight, anything at all I can answer for you? Raise your hand, I'll call on you, and don't be bashful just because it's on television. Anybody at all got any questions you want to answer? Chester Feldman, you have a question?
I gotta get off in 30 minutes.
What?
I gotta get off in 30 seconds.
I gotta go off in 30 minutes, that's it.
That's right.
Yeah, Yeah, all right. Thank you all very much. It is traditional, of course, to thank the members of the cast and the members of the backstage crew who have made the show possible. It's nice that we can say that these people have not only made our show possible, they have made it more than pleasant. And so, Norman Paris, we'll throw it back to you and to Leon and to Fitz, and let's go and rock us off with the blues, huh?
Who is Tippy? They thought they were just everyday game show hosts until they realized they had incredible powers. The power to make cash replicate, to cause spontaneous explosions, and disintegrate with a glance. There are heroes among us tomorrow night starting at 7/6 Central on GSN. Save the game, save the world.
Sounds like